Hello, welcome to Game 5 of the Big Games Finals for Big Games number 7, Eddetektor versus the Pixie. The Pixie's back against the wall here, and we'll get to see how we can do. Eddie with another really good 5-2 here. They can pick up like Vampire Crossroads, something like that. The Pixie, I'm immediately looking at Groom Cemetery, which is a very nice combination. So the Pixie can open with a Groom and something else, and then Groom for a Cemetery and trash the hand, basically, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that looks
There's no plus
reasonable.
buy,
But you can get gains with Inventor and Groom.
and Keep is worth a ton of VP, and there's 5 treasure piles, so like you kind of want to just get some treasure troves. After you get a little bit thin with Grooms, then you use Grooms to gain silvers, get some treasure troves, and start buying provinces, I guess. I think you still open with Vampire. It's Vampire Crossroads. It's too nice in early opening, and there's a lot of really nice interactions that you can come across, and the Vampire can just gain treasure troves.
Yeah, and Vampire can also, if you want to trash fast, just gain a Cemetery Trash 4 and
Yeah.
get a Bath Trash more.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm clicking on Vampire here pretty quickly.
Yeah, and also Treasure Trove just helps to keep the Bath around, so
Yeah.
you won't run into issues
I mean,
with having the Bath not trashing anything.
the deck's going to be fat pretty quickly. So
Yeah,
the deck's going to be fat pretty quickly. It's not going to matter, but for sure this is Groom for me. And I don't know what you pair the Groom with. I can believe in a Crossroads actually, over like a
yeah,
Merchant.
Crossroads
Oh no, Camel Train
doesn't
comes
look.
with a gold. So I think you take a Camel Train here.
Yeah, and you can gain more keep points with Camel Train also. Just keep exiling maybe
Yeah.
coppers, silvers, so you get points.
Yeah. Eddie's Vampire
So
has
at least,
Eddie has a full golden sombrero, it looks like. Bottom 2 cards are Vampire Crossroads.
yeah,
So that's
that's
unfortunate for Eddie. Um,
for sure.
as I'm pretty happy with the 5-2 opening here. I'm not quite sure what the Pixie does. You can consider Inventor. I think you've got one terminal in the deck. I think I'm taking the Camel Train now, though. I think.
Yeah, Camel Train can give her some real value here.
Also, if you collide it with
Uh,
the Haunted Mirror, I mean, Ghost is not super inspiring, but ghosting a Groom or something is not terrible. You
yeah,
get to gain 2 nice
alright.
cards. There is some thought here if you really want to aggressively thin coppers. I think on a Keep Kingdom, I do want to aggressively thin coppers and let my opponent win the copper split, and then I'll win the other treasures.
And if your opponent trashes coppers too, you can just exile one copper with Camel Train, even though opportunity and still win it.
Yeah. We're also at the point where Harem is worth 7. The first Harem is worth 7 points. So definitely gain the Cemetery here. We should be able to trash 4 off of the Cemetery
Yeah,
gain.
there should be no reason to not get Cemetery here.
Because you get plus card, plus action with the Cemetery, and then you can trash like a state and 3 coppers or 2 estates. 2 coppers depending on what we draw.
Yeah, and I wouldn't. I'm not sure if I would like to have more crossroads. Probably not here.
Yeah, we're gonna thin the estates pretty quickly, and the deck's gonna be filled with yellow cards. So I don't think
Yeah.
Crossroads is gonna come up. Can we not order that in the other way, where we trash in the right order? Maybe we can't. I thought you could draw with the Cemetery first.
Yeah, I think you should be able to
So
choose which way.
we Vampire gain Cemetery, right? I think I would have gained a
don't
Cemetery there,
like that.
but
Yeah, here at least.
yeah, this is pretty clear. 4 coppers is anytime you can trash 4 starting cards, you're pretty happy.
And they also already have 2 treasure throws, so having money shouldn't be any problem now.
Yeah, they're gonna find it back again. Um,
Maybe it is that you can draw first.
okay, so I changed my mind. You never actually get a ghost on this kingdom because Haunted Mirror is worth 5 VP. And there's no way
Yeah.
that Ghost is worth 5 VP here.
No.
Um, so Eddie's just gonna like pull ahead here on the basis of the treasure troves. Like it doesn't look like they're that much ahead, but they're gonna start gaining massive amounts of golds and treasure troves, and then they can just start buying harems for a while, and then once you've got like 5 harems, then start buying provinces.
Yeah. I feel like harem split would be even pretty important here. If just having more than your opponent.
Yeah, I mean you can also worry about the treasure trove split, but they're already up 2-0 on treasure troves.
Yeah.
This is actually like there's some
be able to...
really. This is not an engine kingdom, but there's some really interesting decisions that you can make here.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you buy a copper here as Eddie, or do you pass buys? I think I pass buys
Yeah,
and
I
trash
don't
the
like
2 green
buying
cards.
anything.
I
I'm not really sure that
somehow the crossroads finds itself with. I guess they trash so many coppers that they have lots of green cards. For the Pixie, this should be
trash the cemetery too.
Yeah, the Pixie's gonna get 2 treasure troves as well. I don't like the merchants because you're not gonna have that many silvers in your deck. Like the turn we did Groom to gain 2 merchants, I think we could have just gained 2 silvers. Or like a camel train even is not, is going to be better, I think. So the bottom card is the vampire.
Might be worth more here because of the VP too.
Yeah, so we can probably exile a treasure trove and then grab a cemetery trashing 3. Play the.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Play the.
So it seems like they do like having green cards. Yeah, and they didn't trash their cemetery last turn when they had the opportunity. I'm a bit confused of that, to be honest.
There's just no way that the crossroads does stuff here, right? Like here it's drawing you 1 card.
Yeah, I mean, you can get openings where you can draw 3 cards maybe, but
so if I'm the Pixie here,
doesn't increase your hand size. Technically, you just
I am max trashing green cards and saying, hey, look, you're adding these weird crossroads to your deck and you're keeping your green cards, and I'm going to have a thin deck of, not thin because it's going to have 1 million coppers and golds in it, but it's also worth noting, Eddie's got 4 treasure troves already, so they're 2 away from winning that split for good. And then they jump into the harems, and if you win the harem split and the treasure trove split, it's just over.
Yeah.
You can probably take a Groom here as the Pixie. I could also believe in another camel train.
But yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm just thinking of getting Crossroads harem going on.
Yeah. So the Pixie can grab 2 treasure troves herself here if she wants. We're tied on the treasure troves, but Eddie's ahead on harems, coppers, and golds, and random green cards. And now
treasure troves while this should be that you will win the copper gold as well, most likely.
Yeah. So this one seems over at this point. If Eddie somehow missed 5 here and the Pixie was able to jump in, it actually seems not unreasonable that Eddie could miss 5 on some of these turns with all the green cards still, but there's not so many green cards that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That could have been bad. Hex.
Yeah. Envious, but no silvers or golds in hand. And now you try to contest the harems for a while. Wow, somehow Crossroads finds a way. And I guess Crossroads gets a little bit better with the harems, but I don't know.
It still doesn't seem necessary grooming estates and keeping all of your green cards.
Yeah.
And
But
if you are just grooming for green cards, why not groom for cemeteries for more points?
yeah, there's no reason to take a state over a cemetery here. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like Eddie's going to win 4 of the 5 treasure piles. And then, oh, it's 6, I guess, yeah, tying on Haunted Mirror, obviously. And then having more golds in the deck means they can buy provinces fairly effectively as well. And they've now taken a tie in the silvers is even.
Yeah, this is
So the Pixie just
looking
passed
pretty
Eddie in coppers and golds, but immediately Eddie now plays 4 treasure troves.
bad.
So like the points, if you were watching the point total, it swung there pretty wildly. The Pixie's going to take the lead again in silvers again here, and grab a harem.
I think this is actually pretty close to piling because golds can run out really fast, and 3 harems or some cemeteries with rooms. So
Yeah, golds. I didn't even look at golds, but there's only 9 golds left.
yeah, and with 10 treasure troves, 30 coppers doesn't do much either.
Yeah, this could be double silver to try to keep the silver pile, or it could be gold silver. Yeah, the Pixie's trying to hang in there, but
Doesn't seem likely.
yeah, this game was just not meant to be. I think I didn't like the silver opening. Or I didn't like the merchants early. I thought the merchants early was overly greedy, but I think with the vampire stuff and hitting 5 on the turn, hitting Camel Train Vampire, like Eddie just had. They had the golden sombrero, but then it worked out perfectly to get double treasure trove turn 5, and then it just kind of spiraled out of control there.
Yeah.
We've got these 50 card decks. This is peak Dominion when
This
you've
game
got
definitely would like to have gardens.
yeah,
With grooming gardens and 50 card decks.
yeah. If Cemetery were gardens, who knows? Silvers, but yeah, this is just a kind of nasty one, and the 5-2 even with the sombrero because the way it collided with Camel Train. And I really didn't like the merchants. I don't think the merchants did anything. I think those should have been early Camel Trains, especially because there's no terminal collision with groom because you're grooming for cemeteries anyways. But I think the
So now it's 3 treasure trove plays, some of them game ending or history. No,
Yeah.
history. Basically, he can
or
buy
one
gold.
province. Yeah, so this is win in hand here for Eddie on the gold pile.
It's quite rare to end with a gold pile.
Yeah, I've had some weird gamble games where I've seen it happen. Gamble soothsayer kind of gamble gold gainer games where it's happened, but it's pretty crazy. Donate market square games.
Yeah.
So that's a win. So Eddetektor, after sort of crushing the group stage, the Swiss stage of this tournament, is going to be the big games number 7 champion if they play all treasures. And a good fight for the Pixie. We had some close ones early on, and I think the Pixie made some mistakes from a good position in the Travelers game. And then Eddie had a bit of luck in the last couple of games to jump out to early leads, and not really give the Pixie any chance to stay in the game. So that's a 4-1 win for Eddetektor. Thank you, Arnie, for joining me for commentary. And best of luck to you in big games number 8 next season.
Yeah, let's see. Thank you for commentating and see you soon.